can definitely tell you've been drinking. You just told these men to keep their legs together for me, and I look like I'm 13. You're getting ahead of yourself there. So, hi everybody, I'm Jenna. I just moved back to the city this September. I've been here for like 3 years now, which is kind of crazy. I moved back because I was at a performing arts school, and now I'm going to a new fancy liberal arts school because my dad's a lawyer and loves the degree. So I just moved back, and this year I had it planned that I was like kind of not really gonna pay attention to school. Like, I was gonna work on adulting. And I don't mean to sound like the girl in the big college scandal that's like, oh, I was gonna just party in school, because like, my parents didn't pay $500,000 to get me into college. That was preschool. So, so I moved back this year, and I had a new roommate. That was a good one, thank you. So this year I moved back and I got a new roommate that goes to liberal arts school, and the way that we became roommates was because we both messaged each other and we were kind of like, hey, like, you're the only one that seems relatively normal, like, should we live together? And so then we ended up being roommates, and I held it together for so long, guys. Like, she had no idea that I was tapped inside. I really had her going, and it wasn't until her dad came to visit that she was probably like, oh God, I need to get out of here. Because he came and I was going through like a little like emo phase. Like, I was just feeling a little emo, so I would walk around and like listen to punk rock music, and I didn't want to talk to anybody. So I didn't talk to him until one day I decided that it was like a better day. And when a super extroverted girl who thinks she's hilarious has a good day, it's like you can't stop her from talking. And so somewhere throughout the night I was bonding with him. Next thing I knew, I was wall twerking for him. I kid you not. I put my legs on the wall and shook my back for this man. So that happened, and she will tell that story to all of her family members. She has introduced me through that story to everybody I've met. And I think that was when I realized I'm really bad at first impressions. Because I've told this story a million times before, so some of you might know it, but when I first got to my performing arts school, I was laying in my bed. I decided I wasn't going to make any friends because I was terrified. And my roommate, who was my only friend at the time, she came home with some friends, and she was introducing them to me. So I flew off my bunk bed, and I said, hi, I'm Harambe, and shook their hand. Luckily for me, they're some of my best friends to this day, but I also can't live that down. And I was thinking about, like, what a disaster my life is sometimes with, like, how I introduce myself to people. And I realized that that explains my luck with men. I figured it out. Because I have the worst taste in men. Like, no man that I've ever liked can spell at all. And it blows my mind. Because they will text me. And it's absolutely ridiculous. And I was talking to this guy, and I loved him in college, like, was crazy about him. He moved home and he moved back to the city, so this was my shot to win him over. And so I went to his house one day and we hung out, and he was just like, I was like talking to a piñata, like nothing. I was getting nothing out of it until I hit him. And so I was just like, okay, let's do something a little cute and flirty. So I left, and I texted him like 10 minutes later, and I was like, do you miss me yet? I kid you not, this man responded with the most poetic thing I have ever heard. He said, actually, I just looked into my mac and cheese and thought, Jenna.